Okay, peace and blessings. This is Unplug them. I want to kind of run through these because I know you're familiar with most of these songs, but I did want to do a Songwriter Secret Revisited video and make a few more connections between that and MK Ultra, because the more we look into it, the more we find that the entertainers, that's the athletes, that's the actors, and the singers and rappers are not only part of a behavior modification program, moving pop culture in the direction that the elite wants pop culture to go, the way they want us to dress, the words they want us to use, oftentimes the products that they endorse are products that the elite wants us to use as well. And so that seems to be the dynamic a lot of people are in agreement on. But I also want to add to that these are also victims themselves. These are victims of mind control who write, produce, and perform the music. And mind control isn't something that's simply used to keep people in line so that they will do what large corporations want them to do to bring in money. It's beyond money. Money is a small part of what the occult industrial complex is really about. The real deal is about possession and oppression, and that is by beings from another realm, another dimension, if you will, not outer space. When you hear Katy Perry talk about could you be an angel, could you be a devil, you know, alien, you know, the alien analogy is only one used to hide the true identity, and the true identity is of fallen angels or their underling spirit beings, all of whom we can class into or lump into one class or category called by many demons, jinn, extra dimensional beings. Many different names, the names change, but the game's the same. So this is Candy, Automatic, Hoaxes, and False Flags in June 22nd, Part 2. Because again, on June 22nd, if you look around, you will find there will probably be some event also in the entertainment world. Okay, we just had 3 sacrifices of, or 3 deaths, however you want to classify it, whatever's comfortable for you, of 3 major stars, major figures, players in entertainment. Maya Angelou, Ruby D, and Casey Kasem, who really didn't have much in common, you would think, offhand, except they were all ethnic people, or they were all people of a non-white, non-European lineage, and they were all, yeah, Casey Kasem, I understand, considered himself to be of one of the Middle Eastern ethnicities, okay? But they all are also old school. And remember, part of the New World Order objective is to destroy the old so that the new can be rebuilt or resurrected. And that's the passing down thing, the thing we talked about between the passing down magic, bird to magic, and magic to Isaiah, and that class of player, and then into the enhanced player, into the new generation, the generation that Jordan marked the onset of. So we're going to look at some songs here, and you know, I always find this fun. It's fun at one time, you know, on one hand, and on the other hand, it's disappointing, because never am I able to look at the Songwriter Secret and find a song of mine that was a favorite of mine. You know, don't never get it twisted. I am a music aficionado. I come from musicians. My mother's a bad musician. My sister's a bad musician. Okay, but I'm always disappointed because I try to leave somebody to the side. I don't want to look at them. You know, Marvin Gaye was like that for me. Parliament Funkadelic, I didn't want to look at for a long time. Rakim, I didn't want to look at for a long time. And again, this is not demonizing these individuals. I'm talking about people that get into a business because they want to display their talent and they want to be properly remunerated for their talent. They want to get paid for what they made. And even in the cases of you know, some of the old school legends who we don't want to think about. We don't want to include them in this, you know. I was thinking about Houdini. I had a picture of Jalil from Houdini with the Israelite headdress on, or a head wrap that denoted and signified to me that he was down with the Israelites. I remember Dougie Fresh was down with the Israelites. Now, as with Sammy Davis Jr., who claimed to be a Jew, and this came out in the media. A lot of people knew about it. Jokes was made about it when he went on Sanford Son. Yeah, he went on Sanford Son. So him and Fred both might have been members of the Church of Satan. But there is a way that they use the ancient mysticism of the Hebrews as well. Okay, so we want to be cautious and careful about whatever science you are studying. That does not mean to stop studying that science. That does not mean that the Most High has not led you there to glean what you must glean from it. Okay, to eat the meat and throw away the bones. But you have to understand, at the end of the day, most of all of our information that we get, unless it's information under one particular anointing, can be and has been used to not repel the demonic entities, but to conjure them. Okay, there's one name that's been proven over and over and over again. Not only can the demonic and the MK Ultra fied, mind controlled, brain fried victims of that sorcery not say the name, but it's been shown and proved countlessly that name repels alien beings and demonic beings alike, because they are one and the same. So let's look at a few things. Okay, I want to suggest some reading material, and again, you don't have to go out and buy it. You can find excerpts on the internet. It'll lead you to a lot of things. If you also, of course, John Todd, should have heard that, who did a very famous lecture that you can find lots of excerpts on YouTube of John Todd talking about the witch language. And that's what we're talking about primarily when we talk about the songwriter's secret, because it's the songwriter who has to know. The performer does not have to know. At least it was that way. Okay, now we're coming into a new time, the same way that John Todd, he was told that, you know, when he met his old contacts in the business, he was told, well, you know, nowadays we all have to be witches in order to produce music. Well, I'm thinking that, you know, it's essential. When you hear song after song, people talking about stay, there's certain keywords. We're going to look at some of those. People always talk about stay and stay forever. People talking about the moon or the stars above. Follow you to the moon and the stars above. Yeah, I had to go back through some Luther. I'm going to let you do that, though. I was a big Luther Vandross fan, and of course, until I found out he was singing to a man. But, you know, it still didn't take away from, and then you have to separate this, too. How good the music sounds. That's like saying, you know, that's like I tell you that lasagna over there is laced with cyanide, and you keep telling me how good it tastes. Okay? We're not talking about people that don't know how to cook here. Lucifer wants the very best. He usually steals people from the gospel realm or from the churches. You know, most of your old and early legendary singers, you was told, you know it, they was brought up in church, raised up in church, singing. Okay? Why is this? Because he wishes the elite, the powers that be, who are under his control, wish to take that which was given by God and twisting it around. This is why you find so much backward masking. The whole law of reversal, the Crowleyan law of reversal. Aleister Crowley laid it out well. That's the moonwalk. And you see that, Crowley said the man should learn to talk backwards and walk backwards. Okay? And there is no doubt that at one time, Michael was under this same Luciferian deception. And I call it a deception because, hold on before you cut it off, Michael Jackson fans. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan. But again, they are brought into a deception. They are not told, yo, we finna go in here and worship Lucifer. We got it direct from Proof, rest in peace. And also rest in peace to Cameron Sanders, who sang on the Midnight Man. I did not emphasize that enough, how devastating it was that she passed. But they're lied to. Okay, they are told when they go into the temple room, as John Todd called it, John Todd, T-O-D-D. They didn't tell them that they, according to proof, they did not tell them that they were going into the temple room to pray to Lucifer. It was a surprise. And what they were told about the quote-unquote surprise is, well, I don't care for surprises. They were told, well, this is a minister. This is a spiritual guide. On old records, you can see on there, spiritual guide. Right down there with producer credits and musician credits. This was a spiritual guide. Okay, and they would teach them that they're teaching them magic, or they're teaching them certain techniques. Oh yeah, some of the same techniques that Hitler employed, but they won't say that it's connected to demonology or spirit worship. They won't say that part. Okay, Proof picked up on it and he left. The story's on there. I've already told that. But my point is, they're not telling people, who would do it. A lot of people would rethink they drink. Okay, but they tell you the lie, the same lie that you're being fed by New Age and Aquarian Age philosophies. They tell them, well, hey, these are secrets to how to control people, to how to get people to buy your album, aside from how well it sounds, or how well it's put together, how good it sounds. Okay, so there has to be a part of you, like in the example of Big Proof, there has to be a part of you that'll beep your game detector, where you realize, wait a minute, something's not right about this. But people go ahead anyway. They go forward anyway. Okay, their desire for stardom and success, like I said in the last video, or the video before the last, ambition. It's a strong driver. It will drive you into the ground. Ambition. Okay? Blind ambition. Like Madonna called her to a blonde ambition. But yes, other keywords, and yes, Cameron Sanders, when she passed away, that was very devastating to me as the producer of the group, as the person pushing the hardest for us to make it. As the producer and the founder, if you will. Okay, and one of the performers in the group. I put a lot into that. Put money into it. I lost a lot of things. Dropped out of school for that. Not high school, college. Dropped out. Had a full scholarship. So the regrets, the different things, and when her death hit me, my first thought, because you be in that blind ambition, or that blind ambition, that blunt ambition, smoking them blunts, blunt and blind, same etymology. But it's because of that ambition, I was so driven. I said, well, we can find another girl to sing it, But then, it began to sit on my heart. And wow, although, I had nothing to do with it, it caught me by total surprise. She was killed by a van crossing the street, her and her brother. She was walking with her little brother, and they were crossing Greenfield Road off Puritan Avenue, okay, which is between 6 Mile and Finkel. 5 and 6 Mile, people say. People not from Detroit, they call it 5 Mile, but it would be 5 Mile. The miles is a mile separated from each other. That's what that is. But anyway, she was killed by a hit-and-run driver. Didn't stop. Never was caught, in my understanding. And I thought to myself, wow, it was devastating to me on a lot of levels. First of all, that a young person in the prime of their life, happy about the prospects of being a part of the business, because she was serious. She wrote songs and everything. That she would lose her life in that manner, I thought there was something, a curse, if you will, on my group. I tell you, the other member was 3-man, me, DPZ, and Vex. And Vex ended up institutionalized. Okay, he, quote unquote, what people would say, he lost his mind. Okay, lots of things, just at the cusp of us getting over the hump. See, I overstand what those things were for. Those was to get me to push harder in another direction, but it didn't do that. It made me sit and rethink my drink, and it really made me drop out until other people that I made music with and was around, not DPZ per se, but other people, after we lost those two members, other people started telling me, well, you know, give it another try. But okay, let's not get back into that. But yes, you want to look into some of the key terms. Give your heart. Okay, people say stay forever or be together till eternity. Different things of that nature. You know, angel. You're my angel. Some of you ladies, your ego is so out of hand that you'll hear a man singing to a god, what he considers to be a god, or a fallen angel, or some sort of spirit being, an eternal being, a being that's been around for millennia. And you'll apply them lyrics to yourself. Have mercy. Listen to the lyrics to Rocket Love. Listen to the way he describes that quote-unquote woman in Rocket Love. Okay? I've mentioned those before, so we're going to mention some that haven't been mentioned, and then we're going to intertwine that into mind control. So we're going to take a break from the irregularly scheduled deprogramming. Yes, but look at W.H. Bowart, Operation Mind Control. Look at the control of Candy Jones. Okay, this is World War II era. She was married to Long John Neville, who was a host. Okay, her husband, and it came out admittedly that he hypnotized her to help her sleep. Okay, hypnosis, mind control, hand in hand. Okay, a way of manipulating someone, manipulation, control of people. Okay, they all go hand in hand. It's mind control, and witchcraft is the same thing. Witchcraft and mind control are the same thing. Okay, let's look at it. It is a form of witchcraft. Okay, but yes, that was, I believe that was an interview from Playboy magazine. But if you look it up, the control of Candy Jones, look that up, and then look up Bryce Taylor's Starshine and her other book, her book that was actually supposed to be directly about her experiences. Both books are about her experiences. One is coded. Starshine is coded. She said that she was told that she can talk about her experiences, but she better fictionalize it and not name no names. So she wrote Starshine. Then after that, as she got more bold in the Lord, the wicked flee when none pursue, but the righteous are as bold as a lion. She went on ahead and she wrote another book called Thanks for the Memories, where she did name names. She talked about Bob Hope as being one of her handlers. Okay. Also in the book Starshine, 1999 is mentioned, figures prominently, because 1999, like 1966, is a play on the 666 at the end, 1999, 1666. You know, that's why so many products be 1999. That's also why we found Rosemary's Baby giving big ups to 1966, the original Rosemary's Baby. You got to see that before you see the one on there now, before you see the new one. Make sure you see the old one. And yes, it's interesting how they switch certain dynamics in that. Now, what I had found about Mia Farrow was that she was actually going through the rituals while they were shooting that movie. They got it on camera, real rituals on camera. Okay, they wasn't just shooting little bits and pieces of scenes. They would do the ritual and catch it on camera, then edit out certain parts. Okay, so that's an essential thing if you're interested in mind control, demonology, and the Satanism of the elite. Because in the movie Rosemary's Baby, her husband was an aspiring actor. Okay, but yes, Mia Farrow, if you remember, she ended up getting in some things. Her and Woody Allen, because Woody Allen, they had adopted children. Okay, which is another sign of someone trying to pass on mind control. Woody Allen was probably a controller. He was a writer. The writers have a lot of control and power. Okay, they craft, in witchcraft, they craft the entertainment material for the masses to see. Okay, but yes, they got in trouble. I believe the girl's name was Soon Yi, because she apparently had known that him and Soon Yi was having some sort of untoward relationship. You know, it brings a new dynamic to pretty young thing, to me. Okay? And to human nature. Okay? But yes, Mia Farrow was supposedly aware, at least at one point in time, that Woody Allen was messing with this little girl that was in their care. But this is a common thing that you find in families that are steeped in this satanic belief system, in this Luciferian belief system. A common practice, okay, to have adopted children. People wonder why the stars like Madonna and Angelina Jolie adopt the babies. Okay, there's multifaceted reasons. Okay, well, the reason is multifaceted. It has a lot of applications. Okay, they use blood for a number of things, okay, including to keep them younger. And there is a belief, they have a belief in genetics that is beyond what many of us may admit to believing. They know that there's something different about having a black baby from having a white baby. And we are told by David Icke, who is a white man, that he saw in his studies, and again we know that he was thrown off too, because he was dealing with Rikorsky and different new age fallen angel beings. But he said that it was the white, blue-eyed, blonde-haired individual that was more preferred by the reptilian being to inhabit. Okay? So why would they have black children? Something to do with the genetics and the blood. I'm sure that there will be a lot of add-ons to this, but I'm not going to stop there. We're going to move forward, all right? So yes, also watch Al O'Neill on the Prophecy Club, the ultimate. He does a great job on the Prophecy Club. Al O'Neill on the Prophecy Club. Al O'Neill. He does a great job breaking down a lot of things, showing you, like the book that Rosemary received from her friend who was trying to help her out. She received a book called All of Them Witches, and oftentimes I will see the cover of that book as I saw it in that movie in my mind. Because the more you try to look around and find something that it ain't in, the more you'll find it. So now let's jump into these songs. We're going to look at Anita Baker, princess programming in fairy tales. What is princess programming? A big part of the mind control program is to program little girls, especially with dolls and with images and imagery from Disney. Okay, and also from Wizard of Oz and from Alice in Wonderland, but also, which Disney did do a remake of Alice in Wonderland, but because of the fantasy programming, to plant, you know, the lightweight jam of it is to plant in the minds of little girls that they will one day grow up and find their prince. This keeps a whoremonger demon spirit going throughout relationships. Okay, and I even heard Scrubs today, and Scrubs did a lot of things in behavior modification. I remember, yeah, TLC Scrubs. I remember, and no, ladies, you should not. I have sisters. I don't want them to have somebody that is using them or can't do nothing for them. But that was not the total context of the song. See, the beat be moving, and you be losing. As you start to forget and be unable to grasp a hold of the meaning of the song. Do you understand? So you hear some of the lyrics and some of them you don't. Follow the lyrics, and this will lead you to whatever the intent of the songwriter's secret is in that particular song. You take a song like Isley Brothers' Between the Sheets, I mean, or Two Live Crew Move Something, which got everybody to wear Move Something dresses. I was looking at the New Dance Show, which was the predecessor to The Scene, which they said was the first black dance show on a black-owned network. It was here in Detroit. We all grew up on The Scene, watching The Scene dancers and the Funketeers and whatnot, and getting your, little dance moves and some of your style from what you saw on the screen, from The Scene. Well, The Scene got old. It got canceled about 1988, or it went off the air, and something new came in its place. It was called The New Dance Show. And you can see clips of The New Dance Show on there. And I was noticing, as I was looking at these clips and I was going through some songs, I noticed that after a particular period of time, and I related it to when Two Live Crew began to get popular, there was a period of time where women was wearing clothes on The New Dance Show. And then there was a period of time when everybody on there had on a Move Something dress. This was in direct relationship to what was happening in pop culture by way of Two Live Crew. Okay, so you don't have to look deep into Two Live Crew lyrics. Okay, the same thing with Between the Sheets. Certain songs, they promote sex and violence. If you promote sex and violence, we don't need the Songwriter Secret. The Songwriter Secret is primarily for love songs. Okay, so if it promotes sex and violence, there's no secret needed. Okay, you also want to look at Ayn Rand's Atlas Shrugged. Okay, that's a novel that tells the New World Order plan and plot in detail, in fantasy style or in fictional style, the same way that Bryce Taylor's first book, Starshine, tells her tale, but fictionalizes it. So Anita Baker, all right, you listen to the songs after I'm through. If a song has a video, look at the video, because that will assist you in breaking the code of the Songwriter's Secret that oftentimes is well encoded. I remember it. I had a hard time getting "Keep on Loving Me" by the Whispers until I saw the video. Okay, you gotta see it. Gotta see the video. "Keep on Loving Me," the video. Well, I'll talk about that on the other Songwriter Secret video. So I'm not gonna go through that. But you just look at that video. Watch the video, and yes, I've got 3 or 4 videos on the Songwriter Secret, so if you want to, you can get your game real tight on the Songwriter Secret, where every song come on, you can hear it and the different styles of it. If you look at the video, there's one video I have called How to Use the Songwriter Secret. In that video, I show and prove a whole long list that I had of all kind of different songs I went through, most of them R&B or from the 80s. And in looking at all of those songs, I also was shown, okay, in what way is the Songwriter Secret used? There's a variety of ways it is used. Okay, some of it was the Lambda or homosexuality programming. Cameo songs were strong in that. We're going to jump around a little bit. Candy, Back and Forth, Alligator Woman, and Shake Your Pants. We'll start with Shake Your Pants because that's the oldest one on that list. Look at well, Alligator Woman might be older than that. Do I have to explain Alligator Woman? We're talking about a woman with a reptilian being inside of her, possessed, acting crazy. She's strange, same thing. But you want to add to that, she was strange and he liked it. He's talking about trannies. There's a big transsexual dynamic to the secret societies. Okay, the information that came to us, okay, by a particular individual that was connected to the business, okay, that Shaq said that he liked them because once you've had all kinds of women and 2 and 3 women in your bed, then the next step, the next natural progression in freakiness. Watch out when you say you're a freak or a super freak. Look at Rick. Look how he looked. Didn't he look womanish? Don't play no games. He said the next thing is you want something, you want a heavier dose. Okay, like a gateway drug type of dynamic. Okay, some people start with weed and they don't smoke nothing but weed. That was me. Okay, when I was in that bondage, because it's a bondage. Some people start off with women and go to threesomes, and that's enough for them, I would imagine. But there are some, and again, once you have these demon spirits attached to you, your appetite is more voracious. Okay, you can't get no satisfaction. Okay, this is where you get the homosexual thing with all of the different stars. I know you've heard the stories about what's his name, got his stomach pumped. It's on the tip of my tongue. Have mercy. Okay, let's stick to the script. Y'all know what I'm talking about. It'll come to me in 1 second. Dude with the forever gray hair. I forget his name. What did he see make all his hair gray like that? Have mercy. But anyway, Anita Baker, Princess Program, Ozzy Brother Between the Sheets, Maze, Twilight. I found a lot of them with Maze. I found Maze taking the Aquarian Age perspective, where it sounds like everything's positive. Don't you know you can go into the Aquarian Age section of the bookstore or the New Age section of the bookstore. You'll find a lot of self-help books. You find a lot of books founded on lies, because to get you into that type of witchcraft, they have to bait you in by the truth. You know, certain truths about the mind and about your emotions and about, you know, certain real undeniable truths. Okay? A lie will not stand if it's a bold-faced, flat-out lie. It won't stand very long. But if you build a lie on the foundation of truth, that lie can stand for centuries. Okay, so let's look at some more things. Lakeside, Fantastic Voyage. We're talking about fantasy and mind control. Okay? All right? Again, taking you on some type of ride. Same thing as Flying High by Phazo. Okay? Listen to the lyrics. I'm going to go through the songs. You go and listen to the lyrics. You're going to listen to them anyway. You're going to listen to the songs anyway. This time, listen to the lyrics. When the song come on, you get the, hey. And your ability to pay attention has been depleted. You have no more to pay. All you will do now is be moved by the groove. Let the Spirit move you. Sexual Healing was written by Marvin Gaye and a gay man named David Ritz, who is a famous biographer in the music business. Look at him and tell me your gaydar don't go off. But David Ritz ended up suing Marvin. They was beefed out about the credit and the money concerning the song. But David Ritz is the same biographer in the book Divided Soul, which I read cover to cover at least 1.5 times. He's the same biographer who stood there as Marvin Gaye tried on lingerie in the mirror. You know, he changed his name. He added the E to his name because he was self-conscious about having the last name Gay and also having a father who was a cross-dressing minister. You can't make this stuff up. The father gave Marvin over. Okay? I believe Marvin and Janice, who was the mother of Nona Gay, gave Nona over. Okay? Let's go down through the songs. Denise Williams, Black Butterfly. The butterfly symbolism in mind control is heavy. And what do papillon mean in French? Shaka fans. I love Shaka Khan. Okay, don't get it twisted. Again, it's not that the food don't taste good, it's that it's got poison in it. Have mercy. Don't be a game Goofy Goober or a little lame Lamont. Okay, you gotta look at these connections. Black Butterfly. Okay, let's look at Free. She wanted to be free. Listen to the song in its entirety. Again, it's usually the singer is singing to the spirit, the angelic being, or the demon, or the devil, Lucifer. Or, in some cases, they get creative and they will sing as the spirit, which is I'll Be Watching You by Sting and the Police. Okay, and I'll Be Wrapped Around Your Finger. He sings as himself, talking about his experience, and then toward the end, he says, I will turn your face to alabaster when you find your servant is your master. Devil in the deep blue sea behind me, vanish in the air, you'll never find me. You know, he goes off into parts where he sings as the spirit. And that's supposed to be creative. Because, see, again, they're always singing for you to stay or for you to come to me. You know, baby, come to me. Or, what's the one they got me for by, oh, her name escapes me now. But, yeah, Come Into My Life. They're singing for this spirit to come into them because they're told by their bosses that unless they have this spirit, they're not going to perform right. They're going to sing as strong. You heard what Beyonce said about it. Okay, so yes, Black Butterfly, Free, whispering in his ear, my magic potion for love. First line. Okay, of course, Shaka, we got Papillon. We've already talked about I'm Every Woman, which is about duality, multiplicity. Look at the video. There's an old video for it. Look at it. Okay. I can cast a spell, secrets you can't tell. Mix a special brew, put fire inside of you. Okay? Don't play no games. Patrice Rushen. This is one I was looking for no songwriter secret in it. I'm going to tell y'all this is one of my favorite songs. Loved to sample it. I remember I had stopped smoking weed for a spell before I stopped entirely. And I was sampling, making some beats, and I decided I was going to smoke some. I smoked some weed. I got to listening to You Remind Me. And I found this loop that I had not found in there before, a way that I'd never heard it done before. And I looped it this way, and it was so fresh. And a hook came to me, inspiration. Inspired in the word inspiration and aspiration and expiration. The spire means, and yes, X is only a S or a K, okay, or a Z, xylophone. A Z is a S, backward. So X is unknown, or X is a symbol that means something else. But yes, all of that means the spirit in you, inspiration, aspiration, aspiration, a spirit to do something. Expiration, it exited, the spirit is out of there. But I remember bumping this beat and making this beat, and the words were just coming to me, you know, inspiration. Well, we know she was kicking it with Prince, and we know Prince is a master at mind control and the witch language, the songwriter secret. He has a lot of songs where he's talking about one thing, and really he's talking about Lucifer, not even always a girl. With Rick James, Mary Jane, it's Lucifer as a drug. That's a common theme you'll find. Okay, well, Little Red Corvette. Okay, we're talking about that spirit. Okay, much too fast for him. But yes, Patrice Rushen, You Remind Me. Listen to the lyrics next time it come on. Don't let that beat carry you away. The beat will carry you away. You'll get carried away. Where you getting carried to? The song come on, you get carried away. Calm down, sit down somewhere and listen. Pay attention. Why is it hard to do? Because it costs. It's hard for you to sit there and not let the music move you. Okay? George Clinton, Loopzilla. This was from the San Andreas soundtrack. George Clinton, Loopzilla. All through the lyrics, we're gonna drive you nuts. You know, songs about going bananas, driving you crazy. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Again, it's about mind control. Songs about losing your mind, being dumb. Dumb, dumb, dee dumb. Dumb, dumb, be dumb. Dumb, dumb, be dumb. And also, don't know much about history. Don't know much about biology. Don't know much about science books. Don't know much about the French I took. What did you know? Have mercy. So again, you begin to sing these songs, whether you mean for them to or not. That's not how the subconscious mind works. They don't care whether you mean it or not. The subconscious mind is going to sit in there and it's going to replay throughout the day, and it will program you to fall in line with what you're saying. Daz Band, Let It Whip. Okay, this, okay, on one side of it, and you can add on whatever you see and feel too. The way of dancing was changing, doing the freak and different things, whipping it, you know, let it whip. Also the imagery in the video, sadomasochistic imagery, the women with the whips, you know, okay. But yes, people took it on a dance floor to mean, you know, they was really shaking their tail then. They had happy hips when that song came on. Have mercy. Cameo. Okay, Candy. Back and Forth. Let's look at Back and Forth. She's Strange. The Red Cup. And I told you, look at the video for Shake Your Pants. You do that on your own. Okay? That part at the end, the lead in that song, Larry Blackman didn't sing all the lead. The lead in that song, I thought that was a woman for years. Until I saw the video. It's not exactly a woman. Have mercy. Look at the video. While they're still here. Okay? I'm under close scrutiny, y'all, so get these videos up off of here. Get them on iPod, tape them. I don't know how y'all do. Burn them, whatever. I don't care. Get them out here. Put them on the next damn shame. You have all permission. I don't care. I don't care about that. But you go to making t-shirts, different things like that. Holla at me, bro. That's That's how the game is done. Not that I'm gonna want a couple dollars, but it's just, you know, it's the right thing to do. You know, I give you everything for a player's price, which is free. So, but you know, just respect the game. But yeah, back and forth. Look at the video. You must see the video for back and forth. It's talking about going back and forth between liking women and liking men, and going back and forth between messing with women and messing with trannies. Look it up. Gap Band, you dropped a bomb on me. I've said it too many times. We ain't gonna stay on that. Just like Adam and Eve said, you set me free. Some woman thought, oh yeah, that's how he think about me. Set him free from what? His wife? Have mercy. But no, just like Adam and Eve, you said you set me free. You took me to the sky. I've never been so high. All the images to sky. Ain't no man finna take you to no sky, no woman neither. Okay? Silver Shadow, I've told you a number of times, is the best example. Listen to Silver Shadow. Follow the lyrics. Silver Shadow by Atlantic Star. Okay, Ohio Players, Funky Worm. There's a worm in the ground. No, 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 it's not a worm. It's talking about the snake. The snake that giveth man knowledge. And giveth man wisdom. As Crowley talked about. Why was it sampled so many times? Well, just because it sounded fresh. The song been out for years. The MC Breeze sampled If Ain't No Future in Your Front. The hypnotic quality of what they were doing. The snake charming quality of what they were doing. Okay? Working on your reptilian brain. High-pitched sounds, we've said it before, like in G-Funk. All of the chronic songs. Dr. Dre was heavy in replaying that Nord lead and making that sound, that synth, making that sound, and then everybody and their mama did it. It's in Black Superman by Above the Law. Everybody and their mama did it. In the G-Funk era, that's what made G-Funk G-Funk. I remember Jerry Finn and them used to drive me crazy with that. People didn't care if it was in key, out of key. It was in key, all right. Have mercy. I'm talking about in key and in Leo. All right. Yeah, look at back and forth. Gap Band, you dropped the bomb. Ohio Place, okay. Consider all of the MK Ultra entertainers that contributed to the San Andreas video. I'm talking about doing cameos, DJing on the radio station, and of course contributing their song. This was a concerted effort to put MK Ultra mind control out there large scale. And it worked, because I didn't say this part last time, but yeah, I was hooked on it. I called my man Rodney. We both studied the knowledge. It's part of the old Decrepits. Him and DPZ make beats together sometime. But Rodney's a good producer on his own, and so is DPZ on his own. But I called him over. I said, Rod, man, you got to play this game, man. You got to see, is it just me? Or do this game make mind control go on? This game is hooking me, man. I needed some help. I needed a 12-step program or something. I needed an intervention. So I called my man Rodney over. He came all the way from the east side. He came over there. We blew a couple blunts. And again, I say that because when Big Unk tell you to give it up, it ain't because I'm no square and wasn't never there. Have mercy. Think of the money you save. Okay? If you had to pay your phone bill, your mom ain't got to pay it no more. Have mercy. But Brother Rodney came over there. And, hey, sometimes we all have a problem paying that bill. I ain't mad at you. But Brother Rodney came over there and he got to playing the game. And next thing you know, he's standing there looking like a crack fiend. He's like, man, dog. Man, you wasn't kidding, man. That game is addictive, man. He stood up. I'm talking about he didn't want to sit down. It was places to sit. We had a couch and everything. He stood up playing the game. He wanted to get serious with it, be up close. The TV was big, all that. But it was doing something to him. And again, they brought out the San Andreas one because they do aim different mind control tactics and techniques at different ethnicities. Different segments of the population are more easily controlled by one thing than another. They don't aim heavy metal at black youth to control them. Case in point. Okay, let's continue. Loose Ends. This is going to hurt somebody's feelings because Loose Ends, again, one of my favorite groups. I love Loose Ends. I bought the albums after y'all stopped buying them. I'm talking about like when they had out Don't Be a Fool, Don't throw your life away. I bought that album too. I know most of y'all talking about You Can't Stop the Rain. That album, and Stay a Little While, Child. I know you have to go. Now the one I looked at and found the Songwriter secret in, because again, at 1.2 you could find album fillers or songs that wasn't going to be pushed and promoted. Those songs, sometimes it's hard, if not impossible, to find the Songwriter secret. But if you listen, you'll find it there in some way, somehow. Otherwise, it wouldn't have made it to the album. This is Lucifer's business. The music business is his business. Okay? God don't care nothing about you making records. You're supposed to use music to praise the Lord. But anyhow, I looked at Hanging on a String, which, if I'm not mistaken, that was one of their first big hits. That's when I really got to really liking them. Hanging on a String. It was about bondage, being bound. Look at the videos, they help you. But look at the album cover. Perhaps I will use their album cover for the thumbnail. I have a lot of pictures, and perhaps I'll put something together for y'all this week or this weekend. So if I don't get it up this week, I'll work on it this weekend, because I've got a lot of pictures. Okay, a lot of pictures I could put up for you, and then I got to figure out how I'm gonna talk over them and all that type of stuff. I know it ain't hard to do. I ain't crazy. Just lazy. I'm not lazy. Not slothful at all. But looking for this verse. I know I just synced it. See how they do. I know I saw this verse. It's in Psalms. Psalms 98:4. Shout joyfully to the Lord, all the earth. Break forth and sing for joy and sing praises. That's what music is for. Not for you to tell, well, I'm just telling my life. Your cousin, your brother, they've been telling their life for 10 years. Don't nobody want to hear it. People don't want to hear that much about nobody else's life. People that love you don't want to hear about your life. Not before they get to talking about theirs. So it's a delusion involved too, a mind control over the baby bear artist who's just trying to creep in and get in where he can fit in. You end up with a walk-in or a sit-in. Because by default, same thing that was happening with me, by default, because of that ambition, that blind ambition, because you're throwing all kind of other things to the wayside, okay, the things that the Most High really blessing you with, you don't want them. Because you're chasing that dream. You have a dream, you must be asleep. Wake up. Get up. It was a dream. Okay, Bible verses about music. A minister had challenged me one time. He was like, this is great information, brother. And, this really wakes up the body who still believe they can slip and listen to some secular music with no effect. That's the thing. You got to eat. What do you eat that ain't poisoned some kind of way, or that ain't messed up some kind of way? You eating raw? If not, and even then, Monsanto's got the seeds. Okay? So what do? You bless it and eat it. Okay? Now, I don't know about y'all, but sometimes I be in a predicament or situation. I'm in Detroit sometime. And Detroit is the Motor City, the Motown. Everybody playing music. You ain't got to want to hear no music. You go to McDonald's, they're going to be bumping the radio station, the live one. You can have your window closed, sitting there reading some scripture. And somebody across the street is going to be banging the new Gucci Mane. And the old man next door, he going to be playing the OJs. Na 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 no. Whoa. I love music. Again, dedicating your love to something beside the Most High. So you see, the Most High gave us music. When he give you a gift, you're supposed to give it back. You don't want to give it back. You want to make music about your Cadillac. Have mercy. Let's get back into this thing so I can get on out of here. I got things I got to do. I appreciate you, though. But yeah, anyway, a minister had said, well, yeah, you know what church folk gonna say? They're gonna say, show me some scriptures. There are over 200 scriptures. I couldn't write them all. I don't even know where that paper is now. Google Bible verses about music. Have mercy. If you need it, you're just being honorary. You know it's in there. It's in there. Cash times. Praise the Lord with the psaltery and the timbrel and the harp. Make a joyful noise unto the Lord. Some of you, when you're singing, you're making a noise, but it ain't joyful. But I think I can sing. I can't sing. My people can sing, but I can't sing. All right. Have mercy. I don't like the show, but Karen Clark is that deal. Believe it. Okay? I don't care for any reality show. Reality shows is part of mind control. Okay? Okay? And Kiki ain't no slouch. She can blow too. It's in me. It's in my blood. My mama, she tear down. If she wasn't honorary as me, I'll post up one of her songs. Where you think I got it from? She more honorary. What I'm talking about. Anyway, sorry, Ma. I love you. Okay. Lucy is hanging on the string. Okay. Don't forget the Hebrew Kabbalistic programming also in mind control. It's used the Goetia, the Lesser Key of Solomon, the Kabbalah. They're also used in mind control. These things are also used, okay, in the mind control programming, in the spells that are written, okay, in the spells and incantations that are said to bring forth these extra dimensional beings that some of us know to be demons. Others still believe they're aliens. Have mercy. Keep living. Hear me now, believe me later. And okay, Renee and Angela. Now, usually, what I found too is once you find somebody doing it on one hand, you're gonna find that ain't their first time and that ain't their last. So what I found with Angela Winbush, who used to go with, it was obvious, you know, we understand that her and Renee was together. And after that, she went with Ron Isley. We know Ron Isley is a programmer. Okay? Once you've been in the business for so long, and you have that pimping exterior, you know, that image, Mr. Big. Remember, you know, when they first brought him out as that, I was like, what is Ron Isley doing? That's probably how he really think and dress and act. Okay? I don't know that. But, you know, it would stand to reason if you've been used as for pimping, which was oftentimes the dynamic of the male-female singing act. Okay? This is why you see them on the album covers with their hands all on Shaka Khan. I felt jealous. I used to like Shaka Khan when I was a little boy, especially when she had that red dress on that one album. I think it was Shaka. I was like, ooh, she pretty. I like her. Then you open up the Rufus album and all them dudes, hands on her, all kind of. She looked like she just everybody's happy toy. But Shaka said, you know, in her defense also. But now look, watch what may happen with Shaka soon, because she went on Piers Morgan and she said that the music business was demonic. Then after that, they lipoed her and hooked her up, and now she looked like she's ready for action again. Maybe they're gonna throw her back on tour and get a couple dollars. But she also said that one of her bosses had told her she was worth more dead than alive. Okay, I love Shaka Khan. Shaka Khan, see, watch the love. Carson once say, love's gonna get you. Material love. That's what that was called. And material love will get a hold of you. Okay, and I think that's the last time we saw Miss Melody around too, wasn't it? But anyhow, I digress. Carson gonna come get me. We will try. Okay. Renee and Angela, I'll be good. The beat is tough. She say, you know, when I'm bad, I'm better. And, you can follow the lyrics and you'll find it. You know, and again, if you think also they're not singing to a man or a woman, it will help you uncover what the songwriting secret is in each thing. But the best example by her is Angel. Her and Anita both have an angel. I've talked about that a number of times. They both singing to an angel. Okay? And Angela Winbush's lyrics, and I mean, she blew that song out. We're not talking about people singing talent. We're not talking about how funky the beat is. Get off of that. We're talking about the meaning of the lyrics, which is the last thing you worried about when you're listening to some songs. Have mercy. Please believe it. Be about it or be without it. Okay. Listen to the lyrics, Angel. One Night in Bangkok by Murray head. I dropped my pen on that because that song was all about what we talked about earlier in this video, the tranny dynamic. Why do that? Well, it's part of the Crowleyan rule of reversal. Reverse you for real. And they tell them, they lie to them, they tell them that it's human nature. So they like living this way, and they like loving that way. Have mercy. That way, living that way. Not me. But look at the One Night in Bangkok video, very telling video. If you don't look at another on here, put that on your list, put that at the top of your list. I know I've given you some songs. I'm going to try to stop it at 1 hour, have mercy. But there was a dynamic also of crossover music. The Luciferian objective had already been strong in rock and roll music and in those artists, and they began to cross over. And when they began to cross over, they brought with them this dynamic. Okay, and I remember these songs was on our radio stations, and when I say our, I mean the urban stations that's aimed at blacks. These songs was on there in heavy rotation. One Night in Bangkok, that's how I know the song. Same thing with B-52s, who could not sing. Okay, one thing too about not being able to sing, anybody can mimic that. Okay, so sometimes when people were strong in the songwriter's secret or in the witch language, or had strong powers of being able to house the spirit had come to them easily, or mind control came to them easily, they were easily programmed or more easy to program, they got pushed ahead of another artist who might be more talented. But maybe the MK not taken to them right, or for some reason the spirit won't come to them. Look at some of Keisha Cole's songs. She be mad about that dang spirit. She said it was sent from heaven. Dude, you wasn't sent from heaven. You too full of hell. Get out of hand. Anyhow, the system. You're in my system. Look at the video, the imagery. One of the first or one of the oldest representations you'll see of the OK sign or the 666 sign. Also, you'll find it in and God forbid, Lord, let no one be affected by any magical witchcraft, Heavenly Father, in the authority of the name of Jesus, who watches this video, Heavenly Father. Let us all, I ask in Jesus' name, let us all be immune to these songs and these tunes as we listen to them, to have that which was done in the dark come to the light for us in the authority of the name of Jesus, who said that nothing is hidden except that it should be revealed. In the authority of the name of Jesus, we ask, it shall be given unto us, and it is done. Okay, but yeah, you had a lot of these songs that had crossed over. They was bringing it over, and yes, you'll find that 666 symbol. You'll find that 666 symbol in the system song. You are in my system. They're talking about that thing being in his system. And I'm talking about that thing. I'm talking about the spirit being in his system. Although that thing might have been in it too. You look at him real good, you can tell things about people. I'm sorry. I don't understand. There's too many beautiful ladies in the world. Have mercy. But anyhow, it's not for me to understand. Look at that video, and also notice the devil horn shoes. I did this one in my documentary, so I'm not going to talk much about that, but that's one. Check it out. Thomas Dolby brings new meaning to she blinded him with science, technology. She had on some type of device, or she had implants and something in pants. You listen back to the songs, you look at the video, that video has been removed. I couldn't find what I was looking for. Same thing as Michael Henderson, Wide Receiver. You like that song? That beat is killing them. Control yourself when it come on. Make yourself not move. But they tell them that they're using science, not magic. It must be magic, Tina Marie. That magic touch. Robin Thicke, who is Bloodline. His dad, Alan Thicke, was a big-time talk show host and star of Growing Pains. And Thomas Dolby. She blinded me with science. Oh, excuse me. I can do magic. Science and magic are related. You bring one of the old prophets here today, and you show him all of the science and technology you got around your house, and he'll swear it's witchcraft everywhere. Charlie Wilson, again, I can do magic. Okay, New Shoes, another one of those songs. It crossed over. She couldn't sing hardly, but that beat was killing her. Baby, I can't wait. Starts off with the bananas. Same banana symbolism that you see in Once Bitten, Twice Shy. Also, a lightning bolt and pyramid appear on her head throughout the video. Big shout out to Trey Rush, representing Detroit City. My main man, 50 grand again and again and again. Okay? Who blessed me. He blessed me well. You know? If you want to bless, unplug him. You know, hey, like EPMD says, smack me and I'll smack you back. Bless me and I'll bless you back. You know? But yes, he blessed me, and I'm so blessed. Thank you. Also, big shout out to Precious and B, who blessed me also. Okay, and to my brother Al, Bad Dog. Big shout out to you, my dog. But yes, don't say dog. Okay. All right, new shoes. I can't wait. Look at lots of symbolism. Y'all will find and break down things that I couldn't maybe catch because I was looking on the phone and it was going by fast. She taking lots of things out of like a pot of some kind. And she taking all these different items out. First she take out the fish and look at it like and throw it out. That's denying Jesus. So was George Michael. I know y'all was listening to George Michael. You guys tired of the sisters. Oh, he fine. George Michael, I thought about father figure, but no, not that one. It's the teacher, there are things that I don't want to learn. Y'all know the name of that song. One More Try. One More Try. See, he's telling Lucifer. Now, I was a little torn. Was he telling Lucifer he wanted one more try? Or was he talking to the Lord, who they call Rabbi, which means teacher? Was he talking to the Lord? Okay? Because he had went to the other side. He's in a church, ironically. But on the windows, you can find upside down crosses. You can't make this stuff up. Look at Prince Controversy. He's in a church, or a church-like setting is the backdrop. Am I black or white? Am I straight or gay? Who says that? I'm not taking away. Prince fans, don't y'all start. He's the baddest musician in the business. As far as somebody play multiple instruments, sing multiple octaves, you know, make multiple styles of music. But see, it's a way too where they use the game. When Madonna came out, Lucky Star. You must be my lucky star. That's right. More star imagery. Be cautious. Listen to Silver Shadow and you'll understand all of the songs with star. Okay, but that was AIM black radio. A lot of times they'll use black, okay, to piggyback. Have mercy. Elvis did it. It's nothing new. It's not controversial. Nor is it slanderous or prejudicial to make that statement. Everybody knows it. And then they switch over. Okay? You even find him doing it. Or whoever this guy is. Because I don't know. I don't know. You know. And if he's going away from here because he wouldn't act right with them folks, because I imagine that has to happen. That'd be a very Detroit thing. And if that's the case, rest in peace to the real Marshall Mathers. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? Have mercy. Okay. Pointer Sisters Automatic. Thank you again, sister. I believe it was Sister Martha Silver, I believe. If not, I'm sorry, sister. But I thank you for that one because I went back and looked at that. Tell you the one sister on the far right, on your right, when you're looking at the screen, she is out of there. And the one on the far left, she looked like she had so much work done on herself. But you got to remember, they was getting older. They was playing out. Okay? Just think they're whoring out a lot of these female entertainers. To who? To people in power. Okay? Rich dudes overseas. You heard about Beyonce going over there performing for them. Believe she was going over there performing for them. Have mercy. Brings a new dynamic to why Solange was mad. Who knows what she just saw Jay-Z doing or trying to set Beyonce up to do. Because if you know anything about the pimp, the real pimp would give his up too. That's right. You don't turn away no money in the pimp game. That's real pimpology. Don't call yourself no pimp. I mean, you'll do anything for some money. It also has to do with mind control. It was the pimp that drove the mountainous elephant. It was Brother Jay. So it has to do with mind control, because in order to get that elephant to do what you got to do, they say elephants never forget. They've got a lot of memory, a lot of brain power. They say they have ancestral memory. Okay? So in order to get it to do what you have to do, you know, they even teach you about how they'll chain it up with a real chain, and then after so long they take the real chain off and put a string on. Every now and then you get one that break programming and go wild through the circus. Have mercy. And I'll be rooting for him too. Get him! Get him! No, I don't do that. But yes, Stephanie Mills. Lots of things, because Stephanie Mills played Dorothy in The Wiz. Not on TV, not Diana Ross, excuse me, the movies. Diana Ross did that. The movies, she was mind control. Look at all her songs. Upside Down, You're Turning Me, You're Turning Me. Look at Stephanie Mills' little short self. I used to like her too. Something looked kind of funny about her bone structure in her face, but I still liked her. I like her. Anyway, let me stop talking. Stephanie Mills, Something in the Way You Make Me Feel. Look at the video. She's between the pillars, all sorts of imagery. Look at it. Of course, Home. Look at Home. Of course. Again, The Wiz was nothing but, they said, well, you know, we want to do this Wizard of Oz programming on the black community. So they made a Wiz. Michael Jackson was in it. He sang the song You Can't Win. Listen to the lyrics to You Can't Win. Don't play no games with me. Big shout out also to Brother Al. Bad dog for that. We almost through here. We almost through. Excuse me. It's too much. Too much. Okay. Stephanie Mills. Okay. The Whispers Keep on Loving Me. I already told you, look at that. Look at the path that they're walking. It's about walking the path. And look where they end up. They end up at the banquet, the feast, they partying. Ain't no woman. When you hear that song, those lyrics would make you think he's talking to a woman. But they show and prove they don't be talking to no woman. Don't be no woman on the scene. Okay, I didn't look at his songs, but I thought about David Peaston, and I thought I remembered David Peaston came from Star Search. Ed McMahon, Johnny Carson, in on the MK Ultra trick. They talk about David Letterman and other quote-unquote show hosts being programmers, understanding how to talk to the stars and programming. When that David Letterman who was talking with Johnny Depp, if I'm not mistaken, maybe I am mistaken on that, but when Johnny Depp was revealing what he was revealing, notice how the host is asking him certain questions to guide him a certain way. That's part of what it takes to be a talk show host in America, because you have to mind control tons of people. That's why you can stay in that job until you're ready for the wheelchair, just about. So you have to be a good programmer, not just a good comedian. You wonder why, how come somebody's not so funny always get a job as a late night host or as a talk show host. Look at Jerry Springer. They ring that bell, bing. Big shout out to True Brown. They ring that bell, bing. Great comment, my sister. Much love for you, you know it. And then the people go to fighting. Have mercy. In boxing, they ring the bell, supposed to stop the fight. They're programmed differently. Jerry Springer was in politics as well. Big part of mind control programming in politics. Why the politicians always at the podium talking about who holds their hand like that when they're talking to you? When the last time you was at the Coney Island getting you a Coney, and they're like, would you like cheese on those chili fries? That don't happen. That's a way that they're taught. That's one of the magic symbols that they're taught, one of the magic gestures, or one of the mind control gestures that they know how to use. There's different forms of triggering hypnosis, or mesmerism. You hear those terms also in different songs. Mesmerized, hypnotized. It's an old song. It's one of my mama era songs. I can't even think of who that's about. It might come to me though, because I'm good. I go deep. Go deep in the crates. Okay, we just got a few more. And then, you know, let you do what you do. You got to remember, too, that the teens in the 60s were the adults in the 70s. Okay? In the 60s, the Aquarian age really broke out. It broke free. So Woodstock was all about. Okay, what you thought it was about. Okay, the people that were really behind it were part of the elite. Research it. Trace it yourself if you doubt. And their job was to get young kids all in one place where they could pump this mind control, demonized music, demonically infused music, while they was blown. Not just smoking weed, lots of weed smoking was going on, but dropping acid, which was designed, LSD was designed, and Timothy Leary and all those other people was in on it, was designed to help make your mind open up to where you don't even realize it, but you open yourself up to other dimensions. You're not just in the other dimension, other things can come in through you while you're there. That's what salvia was about too. It is about. It's not illegal everywhere. It won't be. They want you to have these spirits. Mercy. So yes, the Pointer Sisters. You want to look at the sci-fi movie Remote Control. Remote Control, automatic, same thing. Okay. Vesta Williams, Once Bitten. Listen to her lyrics. Her lyrics are very telling. Your name is Dracula. You suck the life right out of me. Okay, follow the lyrics. You can look them up and read them, or if you're nice, I'm nice, I can hear it, you know. Now that don't change the fact that oftentimes the lyrics are sang in such a way that it's difficult for even the best ear to determine some of the lyrics. You know, that's where you get people all messing up a particular section of lyrics. I was thinking about Cheryl Lynn as I was listening to Luther Vandross, If This World Was Mine, and different Luther songs, going back through them. I ain't gonna do Luther today. You do him on your own. And I thought about Cheryl Lynn, who sang with him on that song, and her big hit, Encore. Now my mama had the record, but for years I thought she was saying, your good love, she's hers, no, he's hers and I'm yours. Somebody told me, deserves and I'm in joy. I said, have mercy. Deserves and I'm in joy. Lord have mercy. But yes, we all mess up a certain section because there's a few reasons. For one, when they turn the record around, they want it to be it has to fit the words that when you spin it around it has to say. So sometimes the words forward have to be said a little muddied. They have to be muddied somewhat, so when you spin it around backward, it says the satanic thing that they once said. Absolutely. Okay? That's usually what that's about. Okay? Or it's a part of the song that's really deep in the songwriter's secret, and they don't want you to catch that part. Okay? I'm not saying that's the case with that particular song. Okay? I don't know. I've never spun it back. Some of y'all got samplers and whatnot. Gotta get my sampler back from DJ Asiatic. But anyway, he using it. I'm not. I'm thinking about it. So yes, I looked at David Peaston, look up his songs. Now some people don't take well to the songwriter's secret, to the mind control programming, or to the demon spirit being in them. And so guess what? They get dropped. That's where you get your one-hit wonders from. Okay? Old girl sang, come into my life, Joyce Sims. And I guess it didn't come. She got dropped. Okay. Big shout out to Latasha. My sister Latasha. I got a sister Natasha and Latasha. Big shout out to Natasha too from Motown. But sister Latasha has shared with me, she said, I'm looking at Smooth Criminal, the extended version. I said, have mercy. I couldn't even remember. I said, well, nah, you know, I knew it had violence programming and different things like that. Smooth Criminal, haven't even thought about the lyrics. Okay, we're gonna go forward. But in the very beginning of the extended version video, they doing a straight up voodoo ritual type of thing where they trying to conjure some spirit up to come into them. Okay. That's my girl. Okay. So yes, let's look at this thing here. Michael Jackson also a couple by Mike, just to throw them out there. Y'all listen to enough Michael Jackson. You listen for yourself. Michael Jackson, Smooth Criminal, the extended video. Got to look at the beginning of the video where they stomping on the floor and whatever. They're trying to get that spirit to come. Okay, another part of me. Listen to the lyrics. Follow the lyrics. Yes, he says his lyrics. He muddies them often. Okay? You can't win from the Wiz, but the best one, follow the lyrics. He says them clearly, but they're going kind of fast. The very best one is Blame It on the Boogie, the Jacksons. Then watch the video, the Jacksons, the video for Can You Feel It? Watch that and tell me that these people aren't duped into believing that they are God. The Can You Feel It video, they're all acting as gods, creating the world. And Michael holds up the big rainbow. Y'all gonna be through with me after this. Zap, I Can Make You Dance, Mind Control. Why did I pick it? Well, it was on the soundtrack. That was telling to me it was on the soundtrack for San Andreas. And it's one of my favorite Zap songs. See, I gotta say that to you because you hating. This song is dope. Roger and Zap could go. And it was recorded right here in Detroit, Michigan. But anything to be proud of. Okay? He was bragging and boasting on the fact he knew he had mind control. He was using technology. He was blind to use science. And using technology in a different way. He was blind to use science. And what I think Thomas Dolby was talking about, she had equipment. Okay. The Jones Girls, Nights Over Egypt. Again, reverence to the Mother Goddess. That's what that song is. And then last, Sade. Now you go through Sade songs on your own. I got a bone. I got to get out of here. I got a bone out. But Sade, Soldier of Love is the best example. Watch the video. Follow the lyrics. I've lost the use of my heart. A lot of her fans say, oh, that song's so morbid. But I'm still alive. Still looking for the light. The endless pool on the other side. It's a wild, wild west, and she's doing her best to stay out here. Now, the light also, another term. Mike says in Blame It on the Boogie, and boogie is another word for a spirit. That's right. The boogie man. It's a spirit man. He says in Blame It on the Boogie, a ghost. Boo. The shortened boogie. But he says in there, he says, and in Ghostbusters, they called Slimer a nasty little booger, if I do recall properly. And we laughed, ho, 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 ho. But anyway, he says, I seen the light, believe me. Okay? He's talking about the shining star, silver shadow. So, with that being said, I'm out of here. Much love to you. We always pushing out power, baby. Big shout out to everybody. I appreciate your viewership. Keep me in your prayers. Remember what I said. Watch out for any type of foolishness. Anybody trying to say I did anything, told you anything, they are lying. The truth ain't in them. I ain't told you nothing but the truth. Okay? And watch out for the twist. Believe this. Unplug them. Representing Detroit.